Hi, my name is Mark Belache. I'm president of TorontoJobs.ca. Thanks for watching. In this segment, I share with you some of my observations on what's happening in the recruiting industry right now, and some other tidbits of information. So first of all, almost all employees are struggling in some form or another with COVID anxiety. An alarming 92% of employees reported feeling some level of anxiety due to the ongoing pandemic. This is according to a new study by Willis Tower Watson. About half of them, more than 50%, 55%, indicated experiencing moderate or high degree of anxiety. And 7 in 10 employees reported feeling distracted at work due to COVID-19 concerns. So a lot of stuff going on with COVID and workers and employees. 10 most popular countries for job seekers. This was something else that I found over the weekend. And this is a new study of Google search trends, shows the most in-demand employment destinations. And of the popular work locations listed by small business prices, Canada emerged as the world's most desired country to work in. This is the top choice for workers. Canada is the top choice for workers, even ahead of Australia, China, France, Germany, the US, and many other countries. So very good for Canada. And Canada, particularly Toronto, is quickly emerging as a talent hub for the global technology industry. So pretty cool information for Toronto and Canada. Another interesting story that I read about was that an employee wins $45,000 after suffering boredom at work. It was a slow descent into hell for one man who was denied meaningful work. Interesting story. Assigning workers boring and menial tasks below their caliber can constitute moral harassment, according to an appellate court in Paris. So this was out of France. And it was basically that the employee was felt that he was being underutilized and bored at work, and he was awarded a sum of 40,000 euros, which is unbelievable story. So this is at a perfume company in France. Then there's another story that came out also, which talked about a third of hiring managers say fully remote working options are the most significant benefit to be implemented during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is according to a survey of 500 hiring managers. And 56% of hiring managers said this is the first time they performed hiring activities remotely. So a lot of interesting changes going on in the world. And one more tidbit of information, 90% of businesses have improved worker safety, but only 59% of employees say firms haven't done enough amid COVID-19. So businesses are doing things, but most employees say companies haven't done enough as yet. So it's an interesting change in where we're going. Upcoming events this week, I'm on our TorontoJobs.ca or Toronto Recruiters Conference Facebook page live every weekday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm always on a different topics, but if you have any suggestions for topics, anything you want to hear, or if you want to be a guest on the seminar or webinar each day, just let me know. I have a number of different videos that you can also find on our Toronto Recruiters YouTube channel as well. Secondly, the York Region Job Fair, virtual job fair, happens this Wednesday, June 17th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. TorontoJobs.ca will be there. You can visit TorontoJobs.ca/news for information on that. On Thursday, June 18th, from 2 to 4 p.m., TorontoJobs.ca presents the Canadian Virtual Sell Your Business Conference. So if you're looking to sell your business or know someone who is, message me for more information, or you can also visit TorontoEntrepreneurs.ca for the link to that. And then finally, on Thursday, June 25th, from 2 to 4 p.m., Toronto time, these are all Toronto time or Eastern Standard Time, TorontoJobs.ca presents the Virtual CFO Conference. So if you're a chief financial officer or you know someone, you can come on to that event and you can message me for information on that. So one other tidbit, one other thought that I had about what's going on in the recruiting industry and recruiting is that I believe we are moving into a sector, a world where location will not matter whatsoever. in the past, recruiting meant having to find people who were in the geographic area so they could come to an office. But with people working remotely and that push taking place more and more, chances are people from Vancouver will be able to take jobs in Toronto. People from Toronto can take jobs in Halifax, and not just from through the country, but around the world. So Americans could work in for Canadian companies, and Canadians can work in South American countries and businesses. So it seems to be going down a path of lots of options and lots of changes in the workforce. So again, my name is Mark Belache. I'm president of torontojobs.ca. If you're interested, you can grab a copy of my book called Tales from the Recruiter. It's available on Kobo, Amazon, and you can visit talesfromtherecruiter.ca for more information about that book as well. And it's also available in all the Mississauga and Toronto libraries. In addition, feel free to follow us on all our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And finally, connect with me on LinkedIn as well. If there's anything I can help you with, don't hesitate to ask. Have a great day. Be safe. Thanks for watching.